Ну, хоть у нас спокойно.
I better put a record on.
It's getting pretty late. This might be your last break for the night, so try to enjoy it. Give me a buzz when you want to go back on air.
Это мягкий намек, что мы почти у финала. Класс. Тогда я дополнительно сохранюсь. Где у меня предыдущий сейв ненужный? Основные сейвы будут, когда я буду пытаться сделать идеальный заход. Что не будет сегодня, если что. Так, ну я могу попасть во все помещения. В теории я мог бы походить, поискать пластинки. Не лень. Просто продолжим. Все еще не знаю, что надо было делать с мужиком, который второй у нас был, который в студии был заперт. Ладно, погнали, пойдем.
Let's roll.
You got it. We've got another call coming through, too. Okay, Forrest, shut the music off.
О, точно.
Welcome back to 189.16, The Scream. I believe we have another caller on the line. How are you tonight, caller?
Forrest, man. Hey, it's Roller Ricky.
Good to hear from you again. How you holding up after everything? Is Maxie okay?
Maxie is a little fighter, man. I just know he's gonna pull through. I think our roller show might be canceled tomorrow, though.
I'm sorry again about how that went.
Is there anything else we can help you with, Ricky?
Actually, I think I have some info that might help you.
All right. I'm waiting.
You see, man, me and Jason know each other.
You know each other?
Yeah, we went to Gallows High and played on the football team together. He was a gnarly offensive linesman, and I was our star wide receiver. Runner Ricky, they called me.
All right. And what does that have to do with tonight?
Well, because George, the guy who drowned, he was on our team too.
What? You knew George?
Yeah, but not long. We had our first team party on the night he drowned. He seemed like such a good dude.
Ricky, were you there when George drowned?
No, man. Once the party turned, I beat feet out of there. Man, I remember George and his girl there. There was a whole lot of love, man. I could see it, you know?
Почему это только с маленькой буквы написано? Вспомни, как ее звали.
Ricky, listen, this is very important. I need to know everything about her.
I didn't really know her before, or see her after that. I never even got her name, man. I just remember he called her Bean.
Then what did she look like? Please, tell us anything you remember.
I just remember a pretty girl, man. I'm sorry.
Ricky, you said the party didn't last long. What happened?
We were just having a good time, and then the next thing I knew, everyone was running for their life. I looked up and saw a goddamn whistling man in the trees. And I never ran so fast in my life. I ran straight home. Didn't know about George until next morning at school.
I'm guessing it was whistling night, wasn't it? That the whistling man was just another kid.
Yeah. I don't know how George died, but I always felt like if anyone deserved to die that night, it should have been me. And
Ricky, it wasn't your fault. You're not a bad person.
I know that now, man. It took a long time to learn, but yeah, just thought I'd tell you all what I know.
Thank you, Ricky.
This helps. Thank you.
You got it, man. Anyway, I think it's time for me and Maxie to free up your phone lines.
Night, Ricky. All right, folks. Looks like we got a new lead in the case. If anyone has any info about this mysterious Bean.
Я ошибся, наоборот.
Please call in.
If she was George's girlfriend back then, she's probably in her mid to late 30s now. Huh. Oh, we have another call coming in, but hang on.
What's up, Peggy? Peggy?
You're gonna want to take this call off the air.
Who is it?
Just do it.
All right, folks, it's time for another track. Here's one to help you sit back and relax. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy this classic by Smooth. It's their hit song, The Word. I hope this is good news, Peggy. Who have we got?
Find out for yourself on line 1.
Судя по всему, коп вернулся.
Hello?
Forrest! I'm glad I got back through to you.
Она слишком радостна была
Sounds like
просто.
it's been a busy night, huh?
Surprise! It's Leslie, our 911 operator, leading the charge from Henderson to come save us. It's so good to hear from you. Are you okay?
We're doing okay. Sarah and I are both happy to be headed back home.
We're happy to have you too. Wait, Sarah?
Oh, yeah, I mean Deputy Martinez. Anyway, we got back into radio range a little while ago. We've been listening in, but haven't been able to get through until now.
It's been non-stop since you left. Please tell us you're bringing help.
You bet! I'm leading a whole goddamn squad towards Гэллоус-Крик as we speak. Turns out somebody had cut the phone lines. They had no idea what was happening.
That's great news. That's crazy about the phone lines, though. Do you think the whistling man cut them?
I'm guessing so. I don't know how the whistling man did it. But that doesn't matter right now. Listen, we're coming in hot, but we need your help. I know Гэллоус-Крик isn't a big town, but if we don't know where the whistling man is, we can't get him.
А, блин, я должен когда-то делать.
That's where you come in.
You can count on us. What do you need?
It might be a long shot, but here goes. The whistling man already called up a few times. I bet she calls again. We're still a little ways out of town, so if she calls, stall her. Buy as much time as you can for us to get in. And while you're talking to her, try to figure out where she is. We'll be listening in, so once her location is known, we'll head straight there and end this nightmare.
I'll do my best.
I know you will. Heck, I can see the headlines now. Forrestom Nash's interview of a lifetime. Anyway, I'll radio the other cars and tell them the plan is a go. Hopefully the next time I see you, it'll be with our killer behind bars. Take care now.
We'll see you soon, Leslie. Oh, thank God. It sounds like this is almost over. We're nearly through this.
I hope you're right. The sooner this is over, the better.
I am right. Trust me. Anyway, we should get you back on air. Taking callers is the only way to see this through. Time to turn the music off.
189.16.
Bringing you back live now.
Welcome back to The Scream with me, Forrestom Nash. The line is lit up, but before I get to our next caller, I just want to say things are looking up. It's almost over. But for now, let's bring in our next caller.
Oh,
Evening, caller. This
Надо
is
было еще раз
Forrestom
нажать.
Nash.
Hello, Forrest. This is John Hedges. I'm here with Casey. I wanted to give you an update on Jason.
John, is he going to be okay?
He's a fighter. He'll be fine. We've got him stabilized and resting in a bed.
есть.
We're preparing to move him to the hospital.
Thank you so much. If you hadn't been there, then... God, I don't even want to think about what would have happened.
Of course, Casey. We're just happy he's okay.
John, Casey, you two did all the work. Tell Jason to get well soon from us, whenever he's up for it.
Well, why don't you tell him yourself?
Is this Forrest?
Эй, Джейсон жив.
Jason, we meet at last.
It's good to hear you, Jason. How are you?
Oh, well, you know. I've got a hole in my stomach, and there's a knife in my leg.
Зато он вооружен.
John gave me something to take the edge off. So, I might feel even better than either of you. Oh.
Take it easy until you get to St. Gabriel's.
I will. But, before that, I needed to call you. I'm guessing the Whistling Man is still out there?
Yes, the Whistling Man's still out there. Why do you ask? You know something about the Whistling Man, don't
Я
you?
могу кассету на максимум поставить.
I do.
Can we talk about what happened earlier?
Go for it.
We spoke to Roller Ricky not long after you were attacked.
You spoke to Ricky? Is he alright?
He is now. I mean, he was attacked earlier, but this call came after.
Hey, guys, I'm really sorry, but there's a call on the other line. I just need to make sure we don't have another situation brewing. You fill Jason in on what happened. I'll be right back.
Sure, Peggy. Sorry, Jason, where was I? Ah, yep. Ricky's fine. You don't need to worry about him.
That's a relief.
He told us about George.
Sounds like everything's finally coming out now. It's been tough to hold it all in.
Sounds like you've been holding back about something awful, Jason.
I'm part of the reason my best friend is dead, Forrest. And the few who knew about it said if I ever said anything, I'd find myself in jail. For a long time. It was hell. Then the town just moved on. Like he'd never existed.
What happened that night?
I went along with the stupid prank, that's what. Whistling night. Some of the guys on the football team had an idea for a way we could haze the newcomers. We decided to plan a party in the woods and have the Whistling Man crash it. It was stupid. We each had a role. I was the stabbed friend. At the party that night, I left the group for a second. Met our Whistling Man. Pretended to get stabbed in front of everyone. Started an almighty panic, those screams. That was the last time I saw or heard George alive.
How did George die, Jason?
I don't know. I was playing dead. But when I heard her scream...
Ricky mentioned a girl named Bean. Is that who you mean?
Bean? Oh, yeah. I guess George did call her that. Yeah. He called her Bean. I heard her again tonight, Forrest. Her name was...
What?
Мариарти.
What happened? Are we still on air?
Мариарти, сукин ты сын.
How do we get it back on?
I don't, oh, we can use the emergency generator down in the basement. Reggie picked it up a while ago in case we ever needed to do an emergency broadcast.
An emergency broadcast?
Emergency? You know, nuclear war, alien attack, broadcasting a serial killer's location to the cops so we can end this nightmare.
Fair point.
It's in the storage area, in the far back corner, up on the wall.
О, я видел
I
его.
spotted it earlier when you were digging around for all those tapes. It'll have a big red button. Just press that. I'll see you when you're back.
Это ведь просто будет поход туда и обратно, правильно?
Far back corner. Why is this station so big?
О, это не оно? А, вот оно.
That must be it. Boom! We've got power. The whistling man. I need to warn Peggy.
Теперь мы передвигаемся в хоррор-территорию, да? Защищать себя я не могу, бежать спринтом я тоже не могу. Замечательно. Оп, я забыл, что тут тупик. Я не знаю, зачем я пошел искать. Я услышал шаги, поэтому я уполз сюда. О, он мне кружку оставил.
Peggy, are you there? Are you... Peggy! I need to get back upstairs.
И сделать что? Вот знаешь что? Я не могу ей драться, но... Окей.
Oh no. Peggy! Where'd you go? No way. This can't be happening.
Она сильная.
A call. Where's Peggy, Don?
Have some patience, Forrest. It's almost the end of the night. Almost the end of the show. But it's not over just yet. Got a little time still. So let's make the most of it.
Кофейку.
What do you mean? Make the most of it how?
Well... I thought we'd end tonight's Whistling Man special with a special guest. The one who started it all. Let me take that out of your mouth and...
You crazy bitch! Let me go!
Welcome to the air, Mr. Teddy Гэлlous Jr.
Wait.
It's all gonna come out tonight, Teddy. Your daddy and his money saved you 20 years ago. But even if he crawled out of his coffin with all the money in the world...
Wait. Where the hell is Teddy? How are you talking to him if you're here with me?
Because I'm not there with you, Forrest. I'm here with Teddy. And if he says where that is, well, he knows he'll get it.
Wait, then... Who am I looking at?
Forrest Nash, let me introduce you and all of Гэллоус-Crik to my boy, Henry Barrow.
Hi, Henry. Nice to meet you.
Don't mind him. He's just shy.
So there were two whistling men tonight. Of course. That explains how you were always able to get around town so quickly.
Hang on. Did you say Barrow?
Let me just get this mask off. Damn uncomfortable thing. No wonder Mooney went crazy wearing this. There we
Она
go.
долго ее снимала.
Marie Campbell? George's old girl. Oh, well, it sure has been years since I last saw. Oh, God damn it.
Че пишет? О,
Marie Campbell. So, not Dawn, huh?
No, not Dawn.
What are you going to...
и с днем рождения, сестренка.
Everyone's gonna know now what Teddy did. He killed George that night.
С любовью,
This
М.
night, 20 years ago.
Listen to me. You...
You're gonna talk when I talk to you, and not a moment before. Meanwhile, Forrest, I'm gonna give you the chance to talk. You're gonna help me reveal what really happened to George all those years ago.
Okay, Marie. I'll do it.
Good. Then let's talk about the night George was murdered.
Murdered? Listen,
I said you speak when you're spoken to. Now, I know you've done some good work tonight in piecing together what happened to George 20 years ago, and that's why I want you to interview us.
Are you serious? You want me to interview you?
Am I serious? After everything tonight, you really have to ask me if I'm serious.
Do
a good job. And hell, you might be the only one to leave here alive.
I need to drag this out. If I can buy Leslie time to get back to Гэллоус-Крик, and if I can find out where Marie is, then this can end. Teddy, we'll start with you. Just, talk me through what happened that night. How did it start?
How would I know? It was 20 years ago.
Teddy, be honest with me or we're both going to die.
Honest? Forrest, I'm trapped here with a psycho. Ow. What the hell? God damn it. Okay. Our first team party was coming up. And when I saw the date it was scheduled for, I had an idea for a way we could prank the new guys.
I understand that kids in Гэллоус-Крик know tonight as Whistling Night. I'm guessing that's what you mean?
Well, we didn't have a name for it then. It was just the night that Mooney went missing. But Whistling Night is what they'd call it later.
Wait. You mean this was the first Whistling Night?
Keep talking, Teddy.
We went up near Whistling Point. God, who was there?
Рачья гора или свистящая гора?
Jason and George, of course. But George didn't come alone. He brought Marie.
And Roller Ricky. He was there too, wasn't he?
Yes, Ricky was there too. Runner Ricky, our wide receiver. I helped him off the bottle, you know. Because I'm a decent man.
Is that so?
Yes, it is. He came apart one day. Some people do. He had some issues. Wasn't stable. I didn't want him to hurt his chances in life. So, I helped him keep himself together.
You were afraid he would talk about that night, weren't you?
Keep talking.
About midway through the night, we put the prank into action.
We looked up at the trees and saw Jason there, bloody, like he'd just been stabbed. And the Whistling Man, screaming. George and I and Ricky, we got left behind. But Ricky was in on it too. I know he was. He and Teddy were as close as anybody. Teddy must have told him the plan.
No, Marie, you're wrong. Ricky didn't know.
What?
Did you miss that part of the broadcast? I spoke to him earlier. He had no idea what was happening. He said he was as terrified as anybody. Isn't that right, Teddy? You didn't tell him, did you?
Ricky never could keep his mouth shut. If we told him, he would have given everything away.
But he... well... It doesn't matter. He didn't run his mouth enough to tell anybody about it afterwards. He's still guilty.
It was just a stupid prank.
Oh, go to hell, Teddy.
Oh, come on. God damn it.
You made George think Jason had been murdered. He thought his best friend was dead.
And so tonight you stabbed him for real?
It's the role he wanted to play.
Jason's still alive, Marie. He was with a friend. We talked her through how to stop the bleeding and got him professional help just in time.
Oh. Well, shame he didn't have the good sense to die earlier. He's gonna regret that. Enough about him. Me and George took off running, but somehow we got separated in the woods. I ended up near the bottom of Whistling Point, and when I noticed George wasn't with me, I panicked. And then, I don't know how he snuck up on me, but the whistling man grabs me. I scream, and he starts laughing, telling me it's just a joke.
I could stall for time here. How did you feel in that moment?
I felt like nothing was real. I felt small and confused, and
Who was under the mask, Marie? Who was the whistling man?
it was Chuck. Chuck Brody. Laughing away. But then he stops. And he's looking up. At the top of Whistling Point.
What was he looking at? Teddy, what happened next?
Nothing. I mean, it was just...
Teddy?
George fell off Whistling Point.
How do you know what happened?
I saw it.
You pushed him. You were up there. You were dressed as the Whistling Man too, and
I didn't push him, God damn it! I just chased him up there, and he kept backing up. When I saw he was about to go over, I reached out. That's what you saw.
you liar.
It's not my fault. He didn't know it was a joke. If he'd had any brains, he would have realized. You bitch. No one's going to believe this. After all you did.
If she's lying, why the cover-up?
My future was at stake, Ash. You know what it's like. People like us are bred for bigger things. I'm going to be the mayor of this town, Forrest. And then governor. And then, who knows? What happened that night was tragic. It should never have happened. But it was a mistake. It was just a stupid joke gone wrong. So my father sent Clive out to clean it up. Why should a blip ruin my future?
George was a blip?
He wasn't a blip, Marie.
His father covered it up from there. I searched for George's body all night, but
Sandra found him the next morning while out jazz running.
she found him in the river, but she lied about that to protect Teddy.
She said something about her rent going up, unless she... Teddy, did your father own Sandra Sharp's dance studio?
It's Гэллоус-Crik, not Sharp Creek.
I'd answer the question if I were you, Teddy.
Yes, okay. We own most of the town.
That's it then. Your father was going to run her out of business unless she lied and said she found him in the reservoir instead of the river.
what my father did in his business dealings is nothing to do with me.
The false reports. That's why you killed Sheriff Matthews, too, isn't it, Maria? Not just to get him out of the way, but...
Everyone was in on it, Forrest. Even the coroner wrote a fake report. Said George was drinking. That he just got himself into trouble. And
Fake report? I only heard the tapes.
you'd be disgusted by it.
For all it's worth, Virginia didn't have much of a choice. She had a sick sister whose treatments she couldn't afford. She played along with the gallows to save her sister's life. And her own.
Even still, she should have told the truth. I did my part. I tried everything I could think of. I even went to the newspaper, but no. That coward killed the story. But Maurice Russell is dead now.
You've been through hell, Marie. I'm sorry.
You've got no idea. Never should have started. He shouldn't have pushed my George off a cliff. He should have been punished. It's coming to a stop. At least for now. Here, where George and I first met, before he joined the football team. It was right after he shot the winning throw.
Wait a sec.
Я не знаю где. Это забавно, но я напрочь не знаю, где он это сделал. У меня 72 этих попаданий бумагой. Я не слишком внимательно читал.
You're at the football field.
Jesus Christ! Forrest, you idiot!
Yeah.
We're in the gym at Гэллоус-Крик High.
I told you not to do that.
Wait.
Whoops. Ау, как жаль, он умер.
Dead too now,
Эх.
isn't he?
He is. Anyway, I think that about wraps up the interview with Teddy.
Зайдешь на кофе?
So,
Marie? Where? Oh my god.
Peggy!
Teddy!
Peggy, it's been so long since I've seen your face. I worried you wouldn't come. And here I was, thinking you'd forgot me. I'd never forget my own sister.
Sister? Peggy, what's happening? Why are you even there?
Wanna explain, Peggy?
Earlier, while you were speaking to Jason, I got a call. You remember? Well, it was from Dawn. She said that my sister Marie was there that night George died, and that I should come to the gym for a reunion.
And when you walked in, you found out.
That my sister is the Whistling Man.
Good to see you too, Peggy.
Why didn't you tell me any of this?
She said that it was my last chance to see my sister. I knew if I told you, you'd try to stop me or come with me when we need you on the radio. And I just...
I'm sorry. This has to be a lot for you.
I just... What happened to you, Marie? You just disappeared one day.
Disappeared? I was thrown out, Peggy. I begged Mom and Dad to do something about what happened that
Peekaboo.
night. But did they care? No.
Peekaboo.
Stay quiet.
Peekaboo.
They only cared when they learned I'd been
Peekaboo.
George. And
Peekaboo.
Marie, I'm so sorry. I never knew.
It's not your fault. Really, it's Mom and Dad I should be seeing right now. But since they're dead and gone, well, I'll have to settle for the next best thing.
Wait. Is that why you went after that kid in the maze? Eugene Stein? Because his parents?
That's right. Eugene's parents were there that night, too. But they got themselves killed in a bus accident. since only their child was left.
Murray, please.
Mom and Dad are gone, Peggy. Besides, you forgot me. Just like the rest. You forgot.
Marie, Peggy never forgot about you.
Keep your mouth shut.
She kept a card from you. She kept it here on her desk.
What card?
The card you made me for my 8th birthday.
What does it say then?
Happy birthday, Peg. Now you're great and 8. Love, M.
Хорошо, что я посмотрел.
Well, Henderson police! Freeze! No! Henry! Get out of there! Ah!
Peggy!
We have 1 wounded, 1 dead, and we're in pursuit of the suspect.
Henderson police! Freeze!
Forrest!
Leslie!
Беги,
how's
Форрест.
Peggy?
She's been cut pretty bad, but we're here now.
I'll be okay. God, Marie.
Hey, Zara! I need you to look after Peggy.
Эй,
She needs
Пегги
help.
пережила.
Now, we got here just in the nick of time.
Where's Marie?
She bolted right as we got here. The police are right on her heels. It won't be long now. It's over, Forrest.
Я так хорошо ловил.
Well, folks, it was a long night, but we made it through together. I'm gonna head off to check on Peggy. This has been Fоррестом Нэшом. Let's make tomorrow better.
Эй, Форрест Нэш пережил встречу, то есть можно облажаться как-то. Мы пережили ночь свистуна. На всякий случай я звук сделаю тише, поскольку тут у нас чисто музыка. Очень громкая музыка причем. Окей. Я опасаюсь за копирайт, поэтому я буду снижать прям до минимума. Вот тут все персонажи. Да, я потерял 4. Но, если по качеству, я потерял 1, 2 и 3. Как бы тут совсем не жаль. Мартинес, Чак. А где Пегги? Или Пегги здесь нету? Я не вижу Пегги. Если такой не должна быть фамилия, и тогда я точно не скажу. Эй, горячий Дэйв выжил. Чад выжил. Хух. Стоп, где я нахожусь? Я в какой-то помойке нахожусь. Я не думаю, что это... это, скорее всего, квартира этого... Как его зовут? В последнее по глупости потерял, да? Очень жаль. Такой хороший мэр. У него было такое будущее. Не-не, я не против эпилога. Я против музыки орущей. Я в доме уборщика. Потому что манекен. Ну и вообще срач. Я уже думал звук поправлять. Не, нажать я не могу. Забавно. Наши перевели как Рачья гора, потому что типа рак на горе свистнет, и поэтому свистун. Да, по факту это свистящая гора. Наверное, это квартира... Меня опять забайтили. Я начал звук менять. По-любому тоже упадет, правильно? Там буквально одна фраза у этого копа, и все. Я не успеваю менять вперед-назад. Но настало время для попыток жонглировать. Ага. Так хорошо шло. под углом кинул. Зря. Оп. Почти жонглировать получалось. Это я пытался с кружками делать. Тут можно было, кстати, посмотреть, кто актеры озвучки. Но я все пропустил. Эх. Все, мы там на этом заканчиваем, что она спрыгнула и все. Или Тедди тоже будут ловить. Спустя 5 часов можно спросить, как игра. По 10-бальной я честно поставил бы ей 8. Потому что она не сильно долгая. Очень интересный концепт. Достаточно много можно делать в офисе, что, конечно, так себе. Довольно крутая история. Нелинейность тоже добавляет этой истории. Только большой плюс от меня. И все, просто конец. Но, да, я не ожидал, что в один присест смогу пройти. Но, реально, очень интересная игра. Очень прикольный сюжет. Возможность спасать людей тоже интересно. Я облажался, конечно, с тем типом в самом начале, когда предложил ему спрятаться в другом кабинете вместо того, чтобы лезть в шкаф. Надо было сказать ему лезть в шкаф и всех делов. И ему бы было проще запереть убийцу тогда. Он бы просто вылез из шкафа, закрыл дверь, ушел. Точно. Придется еще 2 раза... По-моему, еще раз. Надо посмотреть по достижениям. Но, YouTube, пока на этом все. Спасибо всем, кто потратил на это свое время. И увидимся позже.